Hi everyone! So I'm very excited and very inspired right now. So I've wanted to do some editorial sort of runway fashion inspired or recreations even of makeup for a while and just kept putting it off. But you know what? Life's too short, so I'm gonna do what I want to do, and what I want to do is recreate some really fun makeup looks. So one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram, Makeup by Kay, always posts these fantastic photos from fashion shows, and usually with like a focus in her photos of the makeup. And Viktor and Rolf did a show entitled Change. It was like a purely digital show, 3 parts, representing sort of the current climate, shall we say. The whole show was titled Change, but there's like 3 different acts: anxiety, confusion, and love. And the makeup is beautiful, sort of fuchsia, pink, orange, like blush draping, very dramatic, a little chaotic, but still very romantic. And you can definitely see how it represented anxiety, confusion, and love. And I was very taken by those colors. Like, I even decided to paint my nails with those colors. I was very taken by those colors, and I wanted to more or less recreate it. Now, I wasn't able to track down what was actually used in terms of product, so like I just went ahead and did my simple base makeup, my foundation stuff like I normally do. I have included it in previous videos where I've done sort of get ready with me's. I even have like dedicated videos into like my base routine, very simple basic stuff: face primer, color corrector, foundation, and I did use a little bit of contour just so that my face wasn't totally flat. And I did put my eyebrows on because I figured the eyebrows in the photos, like, there's nothing very special about it. The special part of the makeup was the color. So there's like a little bit of a color on the lip, which is like a fuchsia color, and then it's mostly orange and the pink fuchsia around the face. So this little MAC duo of blushes I have, Devil and Azalea, which I've had for a couple of years, happens to fit this incredibly perfectly, because I was trying to figure out what I was going to use in terms of color, if I was going to have to mix and match things, and I thought, you know what, this works perfectly. Now, little disclaimer: not every blush is necessarily eye safe, so just keep that in mind if you are thinking about putting blush on your eyelids, just to err on the side of caution. I have used these on my eyes before, so I am still, going to be careful with using them, but obviously just a little disclaimer, it's definitely going to be better in terms of eyeshadow to just use like an orange shadow, not like there's any shortage of those. This is definitely going to be dramatic. Now, I feel like you could definitely tone down this color combination and make it quote-unquote wearable. Like, if you could just do a wash of orange on your lids with like a fuchsia lip gloss, or just, skip the lip entirely, just do like an orange lid, maybe like a pink highlighter, pink blush. There's a lot of ways that people can tone down and spin editorial makeup, and I feel like you often see that trickle down from the runway, which is really exciting. Although this digital show was different, and it's very interesting. It's on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing. It's like 20 minutes, I think, if it's even that long, and it's very interesting. It's just very inspiring. I was so taken by the final act in particular. I mean, I think we all kind of relate to the feelings of the anxiety and confusion right now, but just the love, like the tailored coat that was the finale coat, the white coat with the red heart embellishments everywhere. Oh my god! And like the white robe with the big red heart pockets. I was so incredibly taken by that. So the makeup is slightly different. So there's 3 models, and the makeup is slightly different for each model, and I'm kind of taking a cross between like this model and this model, these two, because they had what was like the most notable blush draping and a little less intensity on the lips. Like it was a little bit more glossy. I do have like a little bit of gloss on right now. I'm nervous about the lips, but the contour is the most fun. I'm so taken like by this image, like when I zoom in and I can just see that orange all around, and then with the sort of fuchsia pink color, like it's just so otherworldly. So it's gonna be a lot of probably like back and forth, because I'm trying to figure out like what's gonna be the best way. I'm gonna try to do like my recreation, but of course it's not gonna look identical. I feel like that really fun iridescent blush highlighter I used in my last video could kind of come into play a little bit with this one as well. I might try it depending on how this goes. It's like there's already some on this brush, I guess. I think as soon as I said it, I kind of applied a little bit with this brush that I didn't realize was the brush that was dirty with that product on it, because I thought I had cleaned it, but apparently not. So I guess the decision has been made for me, and we are definitely going to go that way. But I love blush draping so much. I love it. It's so intense and like and vibrant, and I love how chaotic it is most of the time. Like I just love how it is so intense. I keep looking down to reference the photo. So I want to bring that same thing right up into the brows and over. It is just the most fun. It is just the most fun. Oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. For those of you that didn't see my last video, this is the Lo-Fi Duo Blusher from Kaleidos Cosmetics. This particular one is Peach, and I am using the top shade, so it's a duo. One's a matte and one is that beautiful sort of iridescent, so I'm using that one to kind of, because I feel like, I mean, I saw it in motion and it definitely didn't look kind of like very glossy, but I'm just kind of looking. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I just love playing with makeup so much. Like, why can't makeup just be fun? That's what I want to know. I mean, I don't think anybody ever said, like, it couldn't be fun, but I just feel like, I know myself, like, I get caught up in that sometimes with feeling like you have to look a certain way, you have to present yourself a certain way, and it's almost, even when you're doing colorful makeup, like, I see other people do colorful makeup, but it's still, like, very pretty colorful makeup, and it's, I like stuff that tells a story. Like, okay, I don't want anybody to get anything twisted. I love my beautiful basic makeup. I love trying to improve the way I look and trying to look better, but there's something very exciting and cool to me about makeup that tells a story, and that's why I really am drawn to such cool editorial style makeup. Because to me, I feel like there's a story. And I feel like when you look at the Viktor and Rolf collection, you can immediately get a sense of what they're trying to accomplish from the fashion, from the makeup. And to me, that's so exciting. Like, I love the way that editorial makeup looks complement the fashion. I love the way that they tell stories. I love the way that you get another idea of what's going on, or what the designer, or what, you know, basically the creator, the envisioner, you know, had in mind, what they want you to feel from it. And I like the idea of like looking at something like this and feeling those sort of mixes of emotions, feeling anxious and overwhelmed, and feeling like, I don't like feeling anxious, but you know, like you feel it, you're looking at it, and it's like, it's overwhelming, it's too much, it's chaotic, and then it's confusion because it doesn't quite make sense. It's kind of like, why are you doing that? Why was that the choice that you decided to make? But then also, it's very typical colors and representative of what we think of when we think of colors for love, you know? I know I definitely think of those pinks and oranges and reds and very, those colors are very romantic to me. I was using that smaller blush brush, or like just regular, whatever brush it is, some sort of powder brush, and it was shedding a lot. Goes to show you, this is like a very expensive Chanel blush brush. It actually does say blush right on it, and it's shedding. And this is like a $3 brush from Walmart, so you know, choices. I think that the Kaleidos like adds to it, because you get that extra super supernatural kind of sheen, but only from certain angles. I love also, my favorite thing with doing these videos is watching it come together, because there's moments where it just looks absolutely just bonkers. There's just no way when you're looking at it that it's like, there's no way that this is going to look anything but crazy. And then as you just keep applying and blending, it still is a little out there, but you know, I think to me it makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to use this mascara. This is just a CoverGirl Full Spectrum Lash Ambition Mascara. It doesn't appear like there's false lashes. There might be individuals, of course, because that's a lot easier, a lot more subtle, but they make a difference. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick with the mascara. It's hard to tell from some of the images if there's liner, if there's no liner. It's hard to tell. I feel like I want to add a little bit of black eyeliner for a little bit. So it's just a little bit of black liner in my waterline, and a tiny smidge tight lining. Like, I always get that all over my hand. I kind of want to still add more though. Like, okay, we're gonna tentatively stop that there. I have this Givenchy lipstick. It's like a little dark, but I am putting it right on top of my lips. I have a little bit of gloss on them, or like balm, I guess, but I'm gonna add a little bit of this Glossier Balm.com, because I want it to be shiny. I don't even want it to be that it's too, I really want it to be like a lighter shade. I just, in lieu of any like tissues, I just kissed my hand. With just my finger, dipping into the Kaleidos Igari blush. a winner. Sometimes when I am doing looks like this and I can't quite get the tone of like the lipstick to match like exactly the way that I want to, I just go in with a little bit of the highlighter, the eyeshadow, whatever, because I feel like it really works, and I think that really worked. This was just like a really short, sweet little video on this kind of look. Now I want to do my hair like parted like that and kind of slicked back. So I'm gonna go try and attempt that with just like a lot of water and a prayer, and so I can try and see if I can like super recreate the look. But I'm really happy with this. Like I kind of want to just, I'm looking in the viewfinder right now because there's things I notice sometimes in the viewfinder that I don't notice up close, but I'm just trying to like soften it a little bit. I don't know if I made it better or worse, but for me I think it made it better. So anyway, I'm gonna be right back in a minute or two with hopefully hair that looks a little bit like that. All right, I have returned. That was a minor struggle because my hair has not had a center part for the longest time. So I really had to kind of make it happen, but I wanted to try my best to try and truly kind of recreate what I saw. So anyway, I had so much fun and I was so inspired to do this, and I just couldn't resist this beautiful color combination, this beautiful story, and I probably will do more of these in the future as the inspiration strikes me, or maybe from like older shows as well. If you happen to have any recommendations, maybe you have a favorite runway show, or even just maybe a favorite time period, favorite makeup artist, something that maybe I could look at for inspiration and possibly recreate something, I would love to hear from you. This has been, I'm joyful, like this is just very exciting. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me. I really truly appreciate it, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.